All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in today's video. This is the literal definition of a wild card team yesterday afternoon against the #1 ranked scoring defense in the Los Angeles Chargers. Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, 159 yards, 2 total touchdowns. They went for over 500 yards of offense to the best defense in the NFL. Tampa has also beaten the Detroit Lions in week 2. They also beat the Philadelphia Eagles, unarguably two of the best teams, not only in the NFC, but the NFL in general. They barely lost to the Chiefs in overtime. This is the NFL's dark horse. They are the purest definition of a wild card team because anything can happen. They have now won 4 straight football games. They are also 5-2 on the road, but that might not even matter, or I guess outside of the wild card game, maybe it does, but they're leading the division. They've won a bunch of really impressive games. This is Cleveland really butchered that, didn't they? So yesterday, Tampa outgained the Los Angeles Chargers 506 to 206 total yards. They also outrushed them 223 yards compared to 32 yards. And I know J.K. Dobbins, the starting running back for Los Angeles Chargers, is on the IR, but you're going against a Harbaugh-led team, a rushing team. I know Justin Herbert, one heck of a quarterback. You're going up against a Harbaugh-led team, and you hold them to 32 rushing yards. That should signal to the rest of the National Football League that this team is legit. They did a very similar thing at the end of last year. They took down Philadelphia, almost beat Detroit in the second game of the playoffs. But folks, welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in tonight's video. But before we do, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. We're throwing the face cam on this video. I've never really done anything like this before, but yeah, hit the like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content along with a bunch of Bucs content. If you try and get this one to 100 likes, folks, that would mean the absolute world to me. So Tampa, the Buccaneers, have actually now recorded 400 yards of offense and 150 or more rushing yards in 4 straight football games. And the main reason people weren't really talking about Tampa Bay here, even though they were 7-6 and leading the NFC South, is because those wins came against the Giants. They came against the Carolina Panthers. They came against Las Vegas. They weren't the craziest talented strength teams like Los Angeles is. And after yesterday's, Tampa was technically losing. They were down 17-13 at halftime. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close in the third quarter. It wasn't even close in the fourth quarter. It just put them on the map. But this is the longest such streak in Tampa Bay Buccaneer franchise history. It's also the second longest streak the NFL has had this year. Baltimore had 5. I think they currently have 5. Tampa was also 9-15 on third down, 61%, while the Chargers were 0-6 and 0-2 on fourth downs. Once again, like we said earlier on in this video, the Chargers entered that football game with the league's top scoring defense, allowing an average of 15 points per game. The year is 2024. We have like 15 days. Happy early Christmas to everybody, or Merry early Christmas to everybody. It's almost 2025. The Chargers, and by the way, it's December. Like we said, it's December 16th. It's with Patrick Mahomes, even in the same division, a defense allowing only 15 points per game. That is insanity. And Tampa just threw up 40 on them. Like we said, Tampa actually trailed 17-13 at halftime, and then Baker Mayfield went on 5 straight scoring drives to finish off that win. They ran at will. They passed at will. Over 500 yards. They finished with 10 explosive plays, including 7 of 20 yards or more and 2 of more than 50 yards. The Bucs even came, and this is kind of what we started talking about in the last couple of weeks during the 3-game winning streak, was the offense. I mean, Baker was an MVP candidate earlier on in the season, and then they went through that losing spree where they lost to Atlanta a couple of times. They lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. You get it. Their offense is insane. They came into yesterday's game, and Monday Night Football's starting in 7 minutes, so we'll get you guys updated stats as the week progresses. But the Bucs came into that game yesterday with the NFL's 5th-ranked scoring offense, a tick below 28 points per game. They're averaging 27.9 points per game. the third best mark in total offense at 379 yards per game, the sixth best passing offense at 241 yards per game, and the eighth ranked rushing offense at 138.3. This is why that last metric is so important. Even in the Tom Brady era, as short lived as it was, Tampa has not been able to run the ball in years. They finished 32nd dead last in the NFL in rushing yards in each of the previous two seasons. Tampa currently ranks fourth in rushing yards per game at 144.4 and second in yards per rush attempt at 5.2. And like Baker Mayfield said post game, the offensive line, I think people viewed it as, not saying Bucs fans, but like NFL media world, they don't even really know what's going on in Tampa. They didn't even really know what was going on in Tampa during the Tampa Bay era. The offensive line is turned into a top 5 unit, and they're able to run the football. And so the one thing, there's 3 games left on the docket here. Road game next Sunday against the Dallas Cowgirls, and then you have the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Bucky Irving's a little banged up. And so now my only thing for Tampa Bay is to, keep up the momentum, but try and stay as healthy as humanly possible. Bucky Irving yesterday, the rookie out of Oregon, 15 carries against the best scoring defense in the NFL. 15 carries for 117 yards, including the 54-yarder that almost scored. That's a 7.8 yards per carry. It's insane. Rachaad White's had a really good stretch here. He's really breaking out this season in the running game. Like you said, the last 2 years they've been dead last. 15 carries for 64 yards, averaging 4.3 yards. Like we said, they ran for 223 yards on 39 attempts, 5.7 yards per carry. I would like to see a little bit Sean Tucker moving forward. He still had 7 total attempts for 17 yards. Quiet game for Sean. But my main thing right now is just try and keep Bucky Irving specifically as healthy as possible. And Dallas's defense is decimated. The Saints and the Carolina Panthers season, so I'm not really worried about Tampa going 0-3 and going 8-9 and missing the playoffs here. So obviously you got to take care of business. But the running game it's just next level, and it's something that Tampa didn't have last year. They didn't have a Bucky Irving. And then even real quick, speaking of rookies, Jalen McMillan continues to just really, he's on a hot streak. He's on a tear right now. You can really see the chemistry just building with Baker Mayfield, because Chris Godwin's missed half of the season. 5 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown. He is just really breaking out before our eyes, just like Bucky Irving is in this offensive line. The offense is a top 5 unit in the NFL. And one thing you've noticed about the defense, we'll talk about the defense in a day or two. Let me know if you guys want that video down below. The main thing with the defense is they step up and play when they need to play. It's as simple as that. When Tampa stops the run, they're a really hard team to beat. And just to think of a team, you guys know, to think of a team to go into Tampa Bay in the wild card round of the playoffs does not seem like an easy win. Not even in the slightest. That's it for today. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Let me know your thoughts on this 8-6 Buccaneers team down below. Let me know if you like the face cam, a little bit different, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you soon. Peace.